looked gassed. Islam looked gassed, and still got the finish though. But Dustin Poirier broke a rib,
Oh, I was going to
his
tell you
nose,
the damage.
ACL,
Yes, torn ACL, broken rib, and broken nose.
shattered nose.
Bro, he took a lot of damage and he was still fighting.
He was still fighting, man. That was really, really a great fight. And
But that just shows you how good Islam is too.
yeah, man, I bet everybody was singing "Shine Bright Like a Diamond."
Oh yeah.
Everybody was saying "Shine Bright
Oh
Like
yeah,
a
that's
Diamond."
a perfect song for him. Dustin Diamond.
Perfect song. And what are your thoughts on Conor McGregor and Chandler?
I do not think it's gonna happen.
You don't think it's gonna happen?
The reason is because if it was and it wasn't no big deal, they'd be talking about it.
That's how I felt.
There's so much quiet. What's the secret? What are you hiding?
Yeah, and then Dana White posted the Macy Barber Rosa Namajunas fight.
And you can't even buy the pay-per-view now. The ad to buy the pay-per-view was taken down.
And they had posted the fights of Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor, and some other fight, and then they took them down and made them private again. Usually they do that before the upcoming fight, and they took it down. You can't even buy UFC 303 no more.
Speaking of fight, did you see that crazy-ass fight with Jorge Masvidal and Nate Diaz?
Yes, bro. That was a crazy brawl. I mean, it was not.
Are you
it was
put a
not
clip
them
up
two.
here?
Yeah, I'll have a clip right here. It wasn't them two, but it was the coaches basically and his entourage, and Nate Diaz's entourage.
Bro, they were going at it like they stole each other's money.
Yeah, but that's how those guys are, brother. They say they throw up West Side and for life and stuff like that, bro. And Jorge Masvidal is a Cuban.
That was the part you showed me was crazy.
Yeah.
They were going at it like a gang fight.
No, they were jumping them.
Like a gang fight.
It was jump, but bro, that is a gang.
Wow.
Bro, he's lucky Nick Diaz wasn't there. Nick Diaz was training right now. Okay, since we're on this Nick Diaz subject, I want your guys' thoughts on this. Why did the UFC not make Tony Ferguson, Nick Diaz, when they're both at the end of their career? That'd be a great fight. I don't know.
It's right in front of your face.
It's right in front of your face. But what, you're going to give one
They
Michael
put him with
Chiesa?
two other people.
And you're going to give Vicente Luque to Nick. You're going to give Nick Diaz to Vicente Luque? You want to kill him? You don't like him? Just say it. Go on a mic and say, I fucking hate Nick Diaz, Dana White.
I always say the UFC is successful in spite of Dana White.
I mean, I like some moves he makes. Obviously, I know it's not easy. It's not easy. Nothing's easy. But when you something with a fight like that, when you got two guys,
it could be their last fight.
They're owed. I think they're owed that.
What a way to go out! Fight two legends fighting each other. They're at their ends, wits. They both lost a lot. It's so perfect.
So perfect, man. Anyways, how do you feel?
They never fought each other.
How do you feel those guys doing their fights? Do you think they win? Do you think Tony gets a win? Do you think Nick Diaz gets a win?
No.
Yeah.
And nobody cares about it. But if they were fighting each other, it would be the most talked about fight on the card.
Wow.
What a miss, right?
And that's it. This is the only chance we'd ever get at that. You know, Nick Diaz, this is his last fight probably, and Tony Ferguson, if you don't...
His loss?
Yeah.
No, I think like 6.
Oh, on the losing streak?
Yeah.
But he's on a crazy losing streak.
Yeah, 5 or 6 already. She's lost. Didn't BJ Penn do the same thing on his way out? Yeah. He lost like 8, I think.
Yeah. So, and that's what Dustin Poirier was saying also, going back to that subject. He doesn't want the fight game to kick him out. He wants to leave it. You know how some guys stay until the fight game really just beats you out of there? Like how Nick Diaz gave up against Robbie Lawler. Kind of kicked him out of the game.
It's the fame. They can't get up the fame. Being in the limelight.
Very oof. And, well, what card is that on?
Which one?
Tony Ferguson, Nick Diaz. Is it a fight night or is it
a Conor McGregor card?
It was on 303?
I thought so. Let me check right here. I use Tapology. If you guys don't know about it, Tapology is the best website to go to. All right, he's fighting on Fight Night. You're right, Crash.
August 3rd.
Yeah. But did he quit against Robert Lawler? Did Nick Diaz quit against Robert Lawler?
I really don't know why he's coming back, man. He even
And they're going to
said
give him Vicente Luque? Vicente Luque is going to kill him.
Vicente Luque was supposed to fight Ian Gary, which is an up-and-coming killer.
Yeah.
You're going to give him Nick Diaz, which has been out sitting for 4
Who
years?
quit his last fight?
How long has he been sitting? 4 years?
Well, Robert Lawler was in 2021.
He's been sitting 3 years.
August of 2021.
And that was his worst
So
performance.
exactly.
That was his
3
worst
years.
performance.
And before that, he hadn't fought in 5 years. So now it's been that. So
Plus that.
it's been 8 years since
Yeah.
really he's been in the UFC.
It's all about timing. Because when you're always fighting, you get a timing is very good. But if your
But
timing's
let
off,
me tell you about when he was 32. That's when he got that 4-year suspension for marijuana.
which should have
That ended
never
his
happened.
career.
I know. He couldn't even
Basically-
watch his brothers fight.
Basically ended his career.
Couldn't even watch his
And
brothers
that's
fight.
in his prime when you start making your money. He totally got ripped off, man. He never got to make his money.
You know what, man? God gave him a gift and said, "Hey, Nate."
Out Nate,
Nate did it
take
for
care
him.
of- Out Nate.
Nate made the money for them.
Well, I hope he shares it with Nick.
What do you think, bro? You know that's his big brother.
I think so.
You know, Nate Diaz says, "Ain't nobody bullying me. I got my big brother."
Yeah. Jamal Hill, one of my former favorite fighters, is acting like a fool.
He's embarrassing himself. He's straight up embarrassing himself. He sounds like a whining little girl talking about you wouldn't have landed that shot if it wasn't for a weird, confusing moment. What are you talking about? And then he's talking about Herb Dean said start from the back of my peripheral vision. I couldn't see him. Then he says he closed the distance. Jamal Hill would not believe that this is true unless an OG said, "I think you're right. I think he wouldn't have landed that if that ref in that confusing moment didn't happen."
You know, think he's saying it for clicks?
Bro, I know he's not saying that shit for clicks, bro.
That's
Daniel
right.
Cormier, he's a little mess. John Jones did him dirty twice. Twice, not once, twice. You remember
Anyway,
the
I'm
ham?
not a fan.
And he was hammering Daniel Cormier on the
Oh
fence.
yeah.
And he almost killed him. That's what did it. That's what did it. Yeah, man. And Alex Perez said, "You reap what you sow."
Stipe put Cormier out hard too. Stipe had him against the cage doing that same thing.
Bro, and because to say that, man, to agree with Jamal Hill and let him go on with that excuse. And,
Yeah, no,
and,
that's not good.
And what fighter has enough time to text all their fans
He's gonna
on
lose more
Instagram?
fans now.
Who can
Because I was a fan that he lost me for that. Acting like that.
talking shit for the press conference, then saying I was humble to Glover Teixeira?
Well, that wasn't. This latest thing is what did it
Yeah.
for me.
Well, but doing that,
He's saying that he treated Glover with respect, but then Alex was acting foolish. The only reason Alex did that is because he held that statue up
yeah, the
and
head,
acting like a tough guy with the statue.
yeah,
That's what that was for.
and then threw it to the ground.
That was payback for that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay,
And he had every right to.
no,
And now you're crying
and
about
then,
it.
and then he knocks you out in the first round within 3 minutes. He's got
It was
all
a
the
minute,
right.
20 seconds or
No,
something.
3 minutes and 34 seconds. But he has the right to do that.
Yeah.
It's a 5-round fight. You're out in 3 minutes. 5 rounds, bro. It's supposed to be a 25-minute fight. What do you mean 3 minutes? He only
But
lasted
the good
8?
thing about it is that's eating him up inside.
And he's gonna lose to Carlos Ulberg. I'm putting the house on Ulberg.
Tell us what you think in the comments. If you like Olberg or Jamal Hill.
I got Ulberg. Ulberg by knockout, motherfucker. Jamal Hill texting his fans. He thinks he's gonna win a fight like that. Talking about you don't know a winner's mindset. You know that's what Jamal Hill. That's what he said. Why he posted that? Because he has
About who?
a winner's mindset.
Who did he say that about? Alex Pereira?
He said,
Alex been a champion.
yeah.
Winner's mindset.
I know.
He's been a champion everywhere
He
he
was
went.
talking to the fans, is what I'm telling you. He was like,
Oh.
the guy said, bro, stop posting this stuff and get to work. He's like, don't worry, I am. You're not a winner. You don't have a winning mindset like I do. He's telling that to fans.
Yeah, he's digging his hole deep.
You're telling that to people that are underneath you, bro.
I know.
What are you doing?
Don't
You're
you-
getting at their level?
Dominic Reyes coming back.
Oof. Man, he's on a 4-fight knockout streak. He's been knocked out 4 fights. 4-fight knockout streak of him getting knocked out.
Hey, you ain't lying.
I ain't lying, bro.
That's funny.
Hey,
I never
bro.
heard it put like that, but it's true.
But let me tell you, I'm betting on him. I think he's got a lot to lose. You know, he had a blood clot, and his life was on the line. And he said he didn't know if he was going to wake up one of these days. And
Yeah,
He
you
got
have a
through
stroke
it.
and die right there with a blood clot.
he got through it. And this is a really important fight to him because he's been knocked out 4 times in a row. And I think he's got a lot to prove.
He's a dog. Jared Cannonier's a dog. That's where I'm putting my money.
He's like a hit or miss, though, right?
Yeah, but I think he's gonna. I don't know. I could be wrong. I like Jared Cannonier in that fight.
He's definitely really dangerous.
I like Dominic. I like Dustin Jacoby though to beat Dominic Reyes.
Yeah, but if I'm thinking odds wise at a plus 185, I got to go Dominic Reyes. He's the only person that almost beat John Jones.
Are you gonna parlay that?
Yeah, I'm parlaying that with Jared Cannonier.
I like
I'm just gonna do that.
Rosas. I like Rosas over Ricky Turcios. Raul Rosas Jr.
Submission by submission,
Just to win.
just to win. Hey, he looked so bad his last fight, Rosas. He got beat by Christian Rodriguez. Remember
But
that?
Christian Rodriguez has been upsetting everybody.
Yeah, but what about when he pulled out of his last fight the day of? He got sick.
I know that was against Turcios,
And now they remade that
and now
fight.
they remade it,
Yeah, you're right. Christian Rodriguez is like a gatekeeper.
bro. But he's a young prospect.
Bro, they throw
and
dudes at him to beat him.
Yes,
And he beats them.
yes. He's the guy that they give to people to try to build their confidence to get a win, and he's beating everybody.
Wow.
And now they're gonna have to give him a top 15.
They have to.
Yeah,
Because he's beating them.
yeah. I'm just rooting for his
Talk
underdog
about
story.
flipping the roles.
Yeah.
Going from no, we're gonna throw you dogs so this guy don't make it nowhere. Oh fuck, man, this guy beat everybody.
He's like, what's next?
Yeah,
I love it.
love it, love it,
You know they didn't want him beating Raul Rosas Jr.
bro. He beat him. Experience is what
Yeah,
did it
man.
there, bro. Raul Rosas had himself tired in the second round. He was gassed as he could be.
Hey, do you know who the Cuban Missile Crisis is?
Who?
Cuban Missile Crisis.
No. Who is that?
Julian Marquez.
Oh, Julian Marquez.
He's fighting Zach Reese on the prelims, on the main event of the prelims. Whatever you call that.
The last fight before the prelims.
Yeah.
I mean, the last fight before the main event.
I like Julian Marquez. I like Miguel Baeza to beat Bruno Soriano. On a 3-fight losing streak, but he's young and he's talented, and I think he's going to be champion.
That's the next thing that I wanted to talk about. Actually, I wanted to talk about Sean Strickland looked like an American eagle. I'll show them.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't he look like an eagle there? America.
So, oh, yeah. What's Dana White making a big deal about people saying Islam is pound for pound? And he's saying John Jones is pound for pound?
Because I believe John Jones, I think he beat tougher guys.
I agree, too, but what does Dana White care what people think?
John Jones is like, it's like who started his business. I mean, really. If you think
I mean, he
about
took it personal. He was really like,
I know. He was like, man, you tell me who walks in a room
yeah,
and comes back out. It's John Jones every fucking time.
yeah, he really was
But it's
taking
true.
it personal.
John Jones is Islam Makhachev. Who's going to fucking... You think Islam's going to do anything to John Jones? John Jones would break him. Maybe Islam could survive something. I don't know. But I believe John Jones is the best to ever do it. Nobody's ever come off 3 years off and then win in the first round like that. I mean, you
But
didn't,
Cyril
you didn't
Gahn's
break
a
a sweat.
pussy.
You didn't even break a sweat.
Cyril Gahn just kind of fucking
Don't-
sat there.
I don't think you could call Cyril Gahn a pussy because he's just not good at grappling. He's a striker. I mean, he would do that to Alex Pereira. You're not going to call Alex Pereira a pussy, right?
But man, he looked like he had no training. He just let John do what he did and tapped.
Okay, so we got UFC Fight Night Louisville covered. We got
Oh yeah, do you think Conor and Chandler are going to make it to fight night?
if Connor's playing fucking mental games with this guy, dog, Michael Chandler's fucking going down a rabbit hole right now. You don't know what the fuck's going on. Because Connor, he plays mind games, man. I mean,
I know.
today, 4 hours ago, got to be around 4 hours ago, I guarantee you Michael Chandler got a notification that Connor posted something. He went on his Instagram page, said, let me see, and it's him drinking beer. Advertising and drinking his beer to the label. Instead of posting UFC 303.
Right.
Why don't you could use them both?
Yeah.
But your head ain't there. Your head's business,
So
marketing.
I don't think they'll make it to fight night. But why did they? You can't even buy the card. They're not going to cancel the card.
If you can't buy the card,
Wouldn't you just replace the fight instead of cancel the card?
well, I feel like that's the dilemma they're in. Conor McGregor's the sellout. If you don't have the guy that sells the fight, you'd need to replace it. But who are you going to replace it with this time to actually make some sales?
Yeah.
Because you need to make sales.
3 weeks out.
How many people are not going to come from Ireland? They'll have to fly over here. Let me tell you
It's
this
3
much.
weeks out.
Let me tell you this much. They need, if the people from Ireland want to come, all their stuff already needs to be paid for.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
So if that's not happening, they got to know now. You still don't know if it's going to happen. So, I mean, how does it work with the return? So you're going to get your money back. Then you got to go to airplane. Then you got to go hotel,
man.
rental car.
That's a nightmare. That's a lot of money to lose. Connor should have to reimburse him out of his pocket.
And he could.
Easy.
Easy.
But, that won't happen.
Mike Tyson, health problems. You think
Yeah.
you think Jake Paul's going to fight his brother, Logan Paul? You think,
No, that's a bigger
I think they go at it.
We can't cuss on here. Later, if we get demonetized for what I just said. I didn't know. I thought you couldn't say the F word after 3 minutes or after a certain amount of time. But James Lynch, as a MMA podcast I follow, he said he was just demonetized he does the pros picks. One of the fighters picking a fight said the F word.
Yeah.
And his whole video was demonetized for that. And can't make money off it no more. He had to re-record another video. That's the type of stuff we're going to come up against.
It's fine.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, Mike Tyson, no. His ulcer is acting up. That's what happens to old people.
Yeah, man.
I mean, old people. That's my age. I don't have no ulcers though, but that's what it was. The plane emergency was an ulcer flare up, and the reason they're pushing the fight back is for his ulcer. That's like acid building up in your system.
And Jake Paul feels some type of.
I think Mike Tyson was going to knock Jake Paul out.
I didn't think so. Bro. He's 27 and 58. It's a 30-year.
All he needs is one hit.
I think so too. But could he hit him?
Yeah, Mike Tyson.
Head movement.
Mike Tyson knows more than Jake Paul ever learned about boxing.
In the best.
Whoever's training them,
obviously, yeah.
Mike Tyson knows more than them.
Yeah, of course.
He lived and breathed with Gus D'Amato.
Yeah, boxing.
And he was short. He fought big, tall guys that had the reach on him. So he had to learn how to get inside. If he can get in on them, you don't think he can get inside on Jake Paul? One of his little shifty side moves.
When he was 25, yeah.
Those videos he looks right now, it looks like he's going to get in there.
Well,
I was like, whoa.
His ulcers are flaring up.
I know. I think he can beat him with an ulcer. One punch from Mike Tyson, you're done.